Good day everyone, I am Linda Luis Mabakiao and today I will be presenting to you our work text in the subject, the contemporary world. So in the first page you can see here that there is a written name above, you cannot see it but I will post it on the screen to identify that this is our book. And the second one is about what is the purpose of the contemporary subject in our daily lives. So the objective of this study is about allowing us to be aware of what is happening around the world in order for us to be competent enough and comprehending and understanding in all the choices that we make that may affect our daily living. So let us proceed to chapter 1. Chapter 1 is entitled as the subject overview of the book, in which explains to us what are the factors of contemporary art or contemporary world in terms of social, environmental, political, and mental, and also spiritual, in which mitigates or indicates us to be someone who can make choices in terms of justification and validation of our own perspective. So I have written here in my notes all the aspects of what I have learned, especially in the digital connectivity, the common indications of contemporary world that affect our lives, indicating that in the vast growth of the contemporary world or globalization, vast development of the digital technology has been given us great opportunities to able to explore various things. Next is the global awareness. Next is multicultural influences and also entrepreneurial mindset and environmental consciousness, in which molds a person to be competitive enough to stand among global issues in order for them to give opinions based on their point of views. And next is the chapter 2, in which encompasses as known as the contemporary research. Contemporary research allows us to understand why do we need research in our daily living, especially in our choices in life. So here is the notes about what we have discussed previously, what is nominal, ordinal, RMA, ANOVA, independent, dependent, all the research instruments that would be used in order for us to solve or find our factors. Next is, we have here chapter 3 entitled as Globe United Yet Divided. This tells us about the complexities of a globalized environment or globalized world community that is expanded to combat with all the issues that is facing to us. This teaches us about the increasing connection between countries and cultures, which cultivates the development of each individual to embrace the differences between one another. So the ideas can fly back and forth between countries because of the globalized technology, at the same time globalized information. So this is the concepts that I created based on the significance of studying about globalization. This one is the top 5 sources of greenhouse effect, which I emphasized and also expounded. What is the effect of greenhouse emissions due to pollution, burnings, and everything and deforestation that affects our daily life and daily choices. Next is chapter 4, which is known as globalization and religion. This one encompasses how we accept different cultures or how we emerge or embrace different cultures of others in order for us to understand the purpose or their practices of. I have written here is the effects of globalization introduction, wherein the effects of globalization to religions is it can disseminate religious ideas, which allows other people to be aware of what these people are trying to practice, or more so, what is this country trying to cultivate their culture? How do they practice their culture, or how do they, how do they put it in their daily lives? So this is the fact. So next is chapter 4, entitled Globalization and Reflection Religion, where it tells us about the effect of globalization to the practices of various cultures, where they also adapt and embrace the development or the continuous rapid changing of the community. Wherein I have taken note here the effects of globalization to religion, wherein it allows them to disseminate their religious ideas through social media, more so, or any media or any platforms that they can enter on. So globalization also homogenizing tendencies can pose a threat to traditions, because sometimes others can use it as an entertainment without proper, what do you call this, proper credits to those who really practice this, and sometimes others use it as for trend. So because due to globalization, embracing other cultures and allows us to understand their practices in terms of how do they put it in their lifestyle, and how do they, what they call this, put it at first or prioritize it before they make a decision. And lastly, now we have chapter 5, entitled as World of Ideas. In this chapter, it cultivates us the idea or awareness of how does all our technology started, and or how technologies affect our daily lives. So in terms of this is what I highlighted, is the history or the history or the outline of how technologies have started. And at the same time, I have taken important details about it, where interconnectedness and interdependence, cultural hybridation, and challenges and concerns. First, let us focus on interconnectedness and interdependence, where it tells us that through interconnectedness, it allows us to be aware of what is happening or what global issues are arising around the world. And next is interdependence, wherein it facilitates us to also to use the social media or media platforms, e-commerce platforms, for us to delegate or rather to communicate or trade or share ideas to other people, or like that, or buy something from people far from our community. Next is cultural hybridation. Because of the world of ideas, various cultures were merged, more so diverse, or being embraced or adapted by various practices, in which you can see similarities that fosters a more diverse media landscape that offers audience a wider range of content and perspective about the culture of one culture. Next is the challenges and concerns. Media giants can extend significant control over the flow of information, potentially limiting exposure. Because of the wide range of social media or media platforms, it has a wide variety of platforms that you can use. But the limit to this one is that you need to be verified in order for you to share something, to prevent discrimination and prejudices from other people. This is also can lead you to misinformation and falseness or fakeness that can erode your values and beliefs. So that would be my reporting for today. Thank you so much for listening.